Round 3 of the BHRC. We're here, yep, back in Wales, where the sun's shining. Mark Soloway took an impressive early lead on Dears 1, having taken over the driver's seat from Ray Bellm. Dave Stokes took second fastest time. With Dominic Frattaroli out early on in stage 1, Jeremy Easton was third on the road and took third fastest time. Gareth Lloyd had also retired, so Patrick Watts, who was fastest historic, was next past the cameras. Martin Freestone, co-driven by Chris Hayes, was second quickest classic. Leaving his braking a little late was Bob Gibbons. Next crew through the stage was Ricky Profit, followed by Graham Samuel. Stephen Hall and Aggie Foster set fastest time in the classic category. Steve Loveridge, for the first time in a while, in their historic car, took an early lead in Class C2. Ken Forster, who competed the Pipe John Stanger Leads, was second in Class C2, having passed Tim Mason and Captain Thompson in the yellow Porsche 911. Stephen Smith was third fastest historic and caught and passed Craig Salter in the more powerful RS 1600. Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride was second fastest historic. Graham Wilson is seen here taking the corner a little too tight. Andrew Street and Jez Mason on their second outing in the recently prepared Porsche. They were followed by John Worthington and Bill Robertson. The Ford Escort suffered a blown radiator on its next visit to the Dears stage. Making their first appearance for some time were Paul Casticcio and Martin Vickers. Next stop, the Ford RS 1600 of Neil and Chris Parsons. Peter Lethell and Jill Cotton in the Tuthill prepared Porsche. Ian Drummond had moved ahead of Mark Clifford, as had Chris Gravestock, who set third fastest time, passing Chris and Hilary Green in their Lotus Cortina in the process. Robin Shuttleworth and Mark Midgley in a Ford Escort Mexico. Philip Atkinson was first in Class B4. However, Paul Mankin was 3.2 seconds behind and Chris Green a further 3.4, so all to play for. Ralph Abel, co-driven by Samuel Armida, passed the only remaining Datsun 240Z of Hugh and Debbie Myers. Fastest in Class B2 were Mike Barrett and Michelle Calvert, with Matthew and Dude Pierce second. Rounding up the field in the first stage of the day was Alison Locke and Jodie Watson. We're here and we're waiting for the cars to come around again for Dears 2, and at the moment all you can hear are the sheep bleating and the odd sort of marshal chatting away in the background. Behind me is the infamous German village. are heading down to service. We're going to follow them down there and find out what conditions are like on the stages. Run us through the day so far.
Oh, not too bad. We're miles behind Mark, but he hasn't even got a pace note called to him today. He knows it so well, but, you know, doesn't matter. He's not in the championship, really, is he? So, yeah, I think we're heading the rest. We should be. We're keeping an eye on him.
Still smiling?
Well, so far we're in the lead, so, you know.
One must smile.
The people that aren't smiling haven't made it this far, so you can't interview them.
What do you think of those stages?
It's very hard on the car. You'd think it wasn't hard on the car, but, you know, you're airborne, you're crashing down, bang, and the brakes are smoking, and thank God for service areas.
And service crew.
And it's from heaven. Service crews, love them to bits. They're going to get their hands burnt this time.
We didn't have an intercom to start with, so that was a bit difficult. Other than that, it's fine.
I wouldn't see anybody stuck, so we put a tow rope on him and brought him about 10 miles through some forestry, which was quite exciting. So being sideways with we thought we were going to be stuck for time ourselves, but that's what it's all about, isn't it? Only here for the fun. So yeah, we got him here.
Yeah, we seem to be enjoying it. It's very warm, it's very dusty, but we're enjoying it. Absolutely, it's very fast. So all is well, and we hope to get it to finish. It's a long one.
So far, it's been going okay. We've started slowly, but we're getting better. I haven't had a problem. So some of the tightened up hairpins are tight, especially when the car's as wide as this one.
Apparently this car is very good for these ranges.
Oh, is that right? Who's told you that then?
We read it.
Oh, did you? Oh, absolutely fabulous. Well, I have to say we're having a good day. We're moving on again. We are, I think, leading the classics, which is nice, and we're trying to give a bit of a good chase to some of these quicker escorts.
Yeah, it's going well. Enjoying it. It is a bit different to be back in the Mini. You got to hold on to it a fair bit more, but no, really enjoying it. It's going well.
It's going well. We're going all right. We're struggling to keep up with this lad in front, but we're doing all right.
We had a really bad misfire going through the first stage, and then we've picked it up again on this third one. So we've actually really only had one clear run, and I have to say, looking at the oil pressure, I think it's probably curtains. So
trouble-free run, no major problems. Obviously, as you can see, it's a nice dry day and grippy surface. Came across a few sheep once or twice, but nothing that caused major problems.
Enjoying it, yeah. We're actually here almost after 4 stages and we're still here, so that's good news. That's a world record so far in this car.
We've had no problems today, touch wood, so it's been pretty entertaining. I'm enjoying it now.
Yeah, not been too bad, no dramas really. Car's going all right, just need to get a bit quicker.
First time we've been on here, found it very difficult really. You know, you've got to treat it with a lot of respect, and then when you do, you're off the pace. So, but we're getting there gradually, we hope.
Yeah, we're getting better. We've been struggling early on today with a constant misfire at the top end, but we think we've traced it to a blockage in the fuel pumps. Switched onto the other pump, and off she went. So the last long stage we set, I think, a reasonable time, whereas we've been struggling up to now. So fingers crossed we'll get it sorted at service.
I've enjoyed it, but we're miles off the pace.
Not to worry, it's a learning curve.
It is. These other lads are very quick.
In these shots of Dave Stokes and Ian Oakley, you can get a better impression of the stages that the crews were facing. The Flying Welshman Mark Soloway's fantastic run was sadly over when the Escort's engine blew. He was leading the rally by 1 minute 34 seconds from David Stokes, who moved into the lead having set fastest times on the last 3 stages of the day. He finished 36 seconds ahead of Steve Loveridge. Not put off by his petrol incident, Jeremy Easton moved up to 3rd on this stage, maintaining this position for the last stage of the day, finishing just 1.6 seconds behind Loveridge. Ricky Profit had pushed hard throughout the day, and giving Jeremy a hand had not stopped him moving into fourth, where he finished the first leg. Patrick Watts had set fastest historic time on the first 5 stages of the day, giving him a clear lead in the historic category. Martin Freestone and Chris Haynes were competing in their 3rd rally in as many weeks, and had set a couple of top 10 times to move them into 13th overall and 2nd classic. Some consistent times left Bob Gibbons and Neil Cook 8th post historic and 2nd in Class C3. A string of top 10 times meant Graham Samuel ended the day in 4th. The TR7 was a transformed car on tarmac, and Steve Hall and Aggie Foster were certainly flying, setting fastest classic times on every stage. In his first event in a historic car since 2003, Steve Loveridge had settled back well, setting some highly creditable times in the amazing little Mini, and was 2nd overall and still leading Class C2. For once not leading Class C2, Ken Forster was putting some of the higher powered cars to shame in his 1600cc Mexico, finishing 6th post historic. This was the first time on tarmac for Tim Mason, ably partnered by Captain Thompson, another of the Shine retiring characters of historic rallying. Despite an alien engine, Stephen Smith finished the day 3rd historic, never really having been able to take the fight to Desi and Patrick. Desi had been snapping at Patrick's heels all day and passed Steve on this stage, finishing the day 2nd historic with the fastest historic stage time in the final stage. Graham Wilson and Keith Fellows had caught and passed Craig Salter and Preston Ayres, but their main battle was with the fellow Porsche crew of Andrew Street and Jez Mason for lead of Class C4. For now at least, Andrew and Jez had the upper hand. Paul Pisticcio and Martin Vickers were having a steady run in their RS2000. Neil and Chris Parsons were happy to get through leg 1. Ian Drummond and Tom Ward 3rd in Class C3. Chris Greystock, having set a handful of top 10 times, dropped back to 7th post historic, but led Class C3. Mark and Brett Clifford lay 3rd classic in the only Class C3 car entered. Having recovered from their earlier fuel blockage, Chris and Hilary Green moved up to 1st in Class B4. Peter Lavelle and Joel Cotton had the throttle linkage break on stage 2, but recovered to regain some lost time by the end of the first lap. Robin Shuttleworth didn't seem to be able to take the fight to Ken Forster, but was lying 3rd in class at the end of the day. Philip Atkinson and Gary Wood were one of the last remaining Cortinas, second in Class B4. Husband and wife pairing Hugh and Debbie Myers were enjoying the opportunity to exploit the power of the 240Z on a surface with some grip. Matthew and Dude Pierce were once again leading the Italian Job Stars string of minis in Class B2. Ralph Abel in the prepared Escort RS, whose notes, read by Spaniard Samuel Almeida, are actually translated from the Patterson notes into Spanish. Mike Barrett had been caught and would be passed by Lawrence Green in his unusually engined pre-crossflow Mexico. In the only Cortina GT, Peter Quinton was also the only Class B3 car and was battling it out with the Lotus Cortina of Keith Pettit. Michael Bartlett and Finn McIntosh were still smiling after a testing run. Philip and Barbara Smith were pleased to have finished the first 7 stages of day 1. John Williams and David Griggs had tackled the first leg of the daunting Epynt stages in their Talbot Sunbeam. And finally, Alison Locke and Jodie Watson still in the game. In all, 10 crews had fallen foul of the unforgiving stages. It's day 2 of the Matador Welsh International Rally. Our crews have already done 7 stages, and today they face another 12 gruelling stages here in Epynt. Behind me is the course car, and in a minute we'll catch some of the guys off the start line.
No, we should go quickly, but not too quickly, I hope, and just see where the others are, and then if we got to speed up a bit, we will.
We got a 38-second gap between me and Dave. There's only about 1.6 between me and Jeremy.
We had a bit of running down a petrol problem, but it's all right. I needed the exercise, so I decided to push it for a bit instead, and we're all right.
How's that?
4.
Yes. Yeah. And we're 16 seconds behind him.
Stages are lovely. Too fast for me, but yeah. I suppose what I should say is I'm going out to win, right? But I'm not going out to finish, though. Yeah.
First classic.
I know. Wonderful, isn't it? We'll see if we can carry on that way for the day.
Leading the class at the moment.
No, Stephen Loveridge is leading the class, but he's lying second overall, isn't he? So he's going well, the lad. He really is going well.
Yeah, no, I had a great time yesterday. Lot to learn with the car, but no, it's going really well. Really enjoying it.
Got a bit of a lead over Desi and Steve, so keep it all together.
Already. This is what we do best. I'm looking forward to it.
We just want to finish. We're enjoying it so far, and we've had a better run so far this year than we did last year, so good for it.
The boys worked all night, absolutely all night. Took the car back to Chesterfield, rebuilt the engine, and they're back here this morning at 7:30.
This is the first time I've been out since 2002 when I totaled it up here, so I'm a bit nervous.
Got a couple of minutes in hand over Mike, so no big risks today.
catch another bit of time after the mishap yesterday with the throttle linkage, but we'll be all right.
We spent till 9 o'clock last night helping Alison lock. You know, she hit a gate post. So we spent till 9 o'clock in the service area changing her suspension for her. So we didn't have dinner till midnight. She's got half my spare suspension on her car.
Keith's just behind us. We're leading our cars because they're only us in it. So I know, but it's good fun, isn't it?
No, she's right apart from the gear problem we had yesterday. She's been lovely. Just keep going, treat her gently now.
The tie bar broke on a hairpin right, so we didn't make it round the corner. Thanks to Mike and Trevor, who helped us out last night and lent us lights and stuff, because we thought we'd all be done and dusted before it got dark.
Peter Liddell had a small off causing an oil spillage over the flying finish of SS9. Whilst this was cleaned up, we caught up with some of the drivers. And 2 seconds up, I believe.
Yep, 2 seconds up over the last 3 stages, so, you know, as long as it stays like that, we're in control, as they say.
I mean, third time out for the season, David, and really you are, there's just no stopping you this season.
Well, I intended to have a good year this year because we've been going too fast the last 2 years in the wrong places. And this wonderful man sat next to me has slowed me down a little bit in the wrong places and pushed me a bit harder in the right places, and it's made one hell of a difference.
I mean, people that don't know about rallying so much probably don't understand the role of a co-driver. The driver does have to know the car, does have to guide it round, but...
Yeah, it's down to a big percentage is the co-driver. It really genuinely is. Yeah.
It's a shame.
Why?
Well, he's just getting into that, and I hate having to stop. We want to keep going, see if we can take any time out of Dave.
No, we're here 2 seconds out, he's taken off you.
Yeah, he's took a few out of us on the short stuff, and then we took 5 out of him on the last long one. So
right.
It's still 38-second gap.
Yeah, it's a bit better this morning. It's a bit better. Mr. Loveridge in the Mini is going exceedingly well. Very impressive. Very impressive. So we're going to let them get on with it and see what happens.
Now, obviously, a lot of spectators can't go out in a lot of those stages, so describe the stages to us.
The stages are very twisty, but they're also very fast as well. So you've got to keep the car right in the middle of the road, because the minute you get a bit untidy and get a bit towards the grass, then you can be in all sorts of trouble.
Okay. I've only just noticed the bump.
The bump? Oh, that was only a little nudge yesterday.
That's all right, then I won't ask anymore. No. 3 stages down.
Yeah.
9 to go. What were those 3 like?
Oh, they were very good. Amazing how slippy they became as soon as a little sprinkle of rain came onto them. I was quite surprised about that. I got balked on the last one a little bit. Ricky obviously had some kind of spin or problem, and we caught him. We were there behind him too long, really.
Now, I've got to ask a question to the co-driver, because having looked at these stages, there's no way I'd get him back. There's no way would I get next to anybody.
You should try getting next to this man.
Maybe Carlos, maybe.
In your dreams, darling, in your dreams.
What are they like? I mean, you've really got to trust your driver as much as he's trusting you.
It's absolutely two-way, and it's got to be on the limit all the way, and I've got to be happy with that I'm reading to him without having to worry about what he's doing. You know, it's very much team effort.
Okay, well, but 3 stages down today, and the gorgeous day.
Yeah, bit of wet, bit slippery in the last time round, and we had a bit of a moment and spun on 4 ways, so we dropped about 20 seconds. But we're still 5th, and we're still going, and everything's all right with the car. We've fitted new tyres for the first time in 4 rallies.
One slick and one very slick.
You've got your adrenaline pumping now, woken up, you're on the move, and bang, there's a delay.
It's a bit of you get a bit deflated about it, but you know, everybody's in the same boat. Sit down, pick yourself up, and then try and get reinvigorated once everything starts to move again. But it's a bit frustrating when you don't know how long the delay is going to be.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
There's a delay. I've just been saying to some of the drivers, can that make a difference?
But it's okay, we'll switch on again.
Yeah.
Doesn't worry us.
Not at all.
Now it's a lovely day, sun's shining.
Yeah, the car's running really perfectly now, so we're sort of setting about trying to make some time up on Desi. We had 20 seconds as the target, and we're now, after that lap, 3/4 of a second behind him. So I think he had a little bit of trouble behind Tim Mason's off. I have to say, we had a very scary moment there as well, but just Tim had chucked crap all over the road, and it all got very nit one, pearl one, but never mind, we're here.
You do calm down a little bit, but we've just come out of service anyway, so it's not such a problem for us. Yeah, looking forward to getting going again. It's good.
Thank you.
We're a little bit of a problem. We're a bit worried. The thrust release bearing is really groaning and moaning, so we're just going to hope it's going to hold together long enough to finish the rally. So we'll see how it goes.
I think we're just losing time to Chris, who's now in front of us, about 35 seconds in front of us, and I don't think we're going to catch that back really.
As soon as you're on the start line, you're back on. I'm back on form.
Oh, so it's going again.
Yeah, back on form.
What are the notes like?
Brilliant. I've been really good today. Really good, yeah.
Loving it. Absolutely loving it, yeah.
Okay, well, you've got 9 stages to go. We'll leave you to it. Another fastest time for Stokes, beaten only once since Soloway's retirement, kept him in the lead. Steve Loveridge was still pushing hard and was second overall. Jeremy Easton, with a 4th fastest time, finished the stage 3rd overall. Graham Samuel and Tony Phillips had enjoyed an excellent start to the Matador Welsh Historic Rally. Unfortunately, this is the last time we saw them, as their RS2000 suffered with a distributor problem further into this stage. Setting 2nd fastest time overall and 1st in the classic category was Stephen Hall. The TR7 V8 clearly suited to these conditions. Ricky Profit and co-driver David Alcock finished the stage 10th overall. Ken Forster and John Stanger Leeds had started the day in 7th and with true Geordie determination pushed the Escort past their fellow competitors into 5th overall. Shine retiring Bob Gibbons and co-driver Neil Cook had maintained a top 10 position throughout the rally so far and are seen here in 8th despite their part-worn tyres. Andrew Street had settled into the rally with gusto and finished the stage 6th. Patrick Watts climbed from 10th overall to 7th with a 5th fastest time, the Tiger being a car that enjoys the fast-flowing roads. Martin Freestone was on the pace, and Salini too gave him the opening he needed to enter the top 10 with a 6th fastest time. Desi Nutt was just a split second ahead of Stephen Smith. Ian Drummond was enjoying his rally, climbing steadily up the field into 14th place. Neil and Chris Parsons' Ford Escort RS 1600 had remained in the top 20 contenders, and they were 13th. Thanks to the XS Racing team, Steve Smith was back on form and hard on Desi's heels and was just outside the top 10 as a result.
Mark and Brett Clifford were another crew steadily climbing up the leaderboard to 18th. Phil Atkinson had pushed his way into 19th place. Robin Shuttleworth and Mark Midgley in the Ford Escort Mexico were 20th. Graham Wilson and Keith Fellows in the Porsche 911, having dropped time earlier on in the day, had climbed back into the top 20. The Austin Mini Cooper of father and son team Matthew and Dude Pearce were leading their class, and despite worries about their gearbox, were having a good run. Ralph Abel, as always, was having a good time. Other crews still in the rally were Hugh and Debbie Myers, Lawrence Green and Andrew Turner, Michael Barrett and Michelle Calvert, Peter Quinton and John Cadwalder, Keith Pettit and Sharon Shivler, Brian Dennis and Russell Joseph, Michael Bartlett and Finn McIntosh, Alison Locke, with the help of fellow mini driver Mike Barrett and team, was still in the rally. The lunchtime break. Oh, we're just getting a brief, you see, and this is what happens here. They're all chatting away, getting along. You've got the chaps here, and they're all getting along. And as we see real camaraderie, isn't it? Lunchtime,
yes.
and we're all here.
And the kettle's bust.
Oh.
But it's all right because we've got that there, so we can get tea from there.
There you go. You see, everybody's happy.
Everyone's happy.
Everybody's happy. How's it going?
Good. Yeah, great.
6 stages down.
Yeah, we had a spin this morning, cost us about 20 seconds, but other than that, we're all right. We're going well. Picked it up again, put some new rubber on, because the last ones were getting a bit near the canvas, weren't they, John? And in the wet this morning, it was a bit hairy. But since then, it's been really good. Just keep it on the black stuff and we'll be all right.
6 more to go, yeah. The sort of the long one in reverse first, which is usually good for us. We tend to go quite well first time you see a piece of road, and then we don't go any quicker after that, so it's a problem.
Is it just a change of wheels?
Yeah, we're just popping some, changing the tyres around to get a bit more air out of them, and that's about it really. Just a general kick around, make sure nothing's falling off.
You're enjoying it. I mean, this is your first time out on these stages, and they are not easy.
I was a little bit nervous yesterday because I didn't really know how to approach it, but having been round them all once now, it's a lot easier for me, and I'm beginning to enjoy it. It's very good.
But they're not for the meek, are they?
No. I mean, Mr. Loveridge in the Mini, how he's putting those times in that car, I don't know. He must be really on it.
You know, for people that don't know, can describe, I mean, some of them, there's quite a few drops, aren't there?
There's drops, but it's the jumps that's the biggest problem, because you're coming up to a crest and you don't know whether you're going to go 100 miles an hour, just a little bit less, and, you know, that's your problem, how fast you dare go over them.
No, the car's brilliant, it's just got silly brakes now because I bent them.
How did you do that?
Well, by braking a lot.
I had a bit of a bad run on the first long one this morning. I got lost in my notes, my fault. But yeah, we're enjoying it.
And that's the main thing?
That's the main thing.
Okay.
And we're having a bit of a battle with that white Escort over there, who's got a matching dent to that one.
It's a matching pair.
Yeah, I think absolutely. It's the same chicane. I'm sure it got narrower. And we were tied with him, absolutely tied, right to the 10th of a second, 9th and 10th. So we were just trying to get it all back. And I think so was he as well. So we got the same bail on the same chicane. Little T cut out.
It's the easiest service you've had, isn't it, Trevor?
It is. Come on, Trevor, come here. We're always talking to the drivers. We have got a few co-drivers today. So, Trevor, what do you do then?
I just look after the car. So, but this weekend there's not a lot to do. Mike's kept it on the road and no damage at all. Fairly easy weekend for me. I'm just here for the beer, really.
We ran out of tyres. We're all on our dregs from yesterday. We got 2 more good ones left. We just put a couple of part ones on, and we've got 2 good ones left. So we're hoping that we can get through the day. I think we're doing okay. I don't know where we're at, about 5th or 6th or something, first in class. So we're doing all right, and it's drying up now, so we can go a little bit faster than this morning. So far so good.
6 stages down, Desi.
6 stages done, 6 stages to go, and then it'll be red wine time.
What's it like now? Have conditions changed since this morning?
It's okay. It was a wee bit damp in places this morning, and one of the stages had some oil on it, which obviously was a leak, so they shortened the finish off it. But no, stages are still good. Surface is dry and grippy, so no problems.
So what do they do this afternoon? Turn some of them
We
around?
reverse the stages, so it's effectively the same 3 stages, but in the opposite direction.
And what does that mean for somebody that sort of thinks, well, that must be easy then, because it's just going the other way?
Well, it doesn't make any difference, really. You know, we've notes for both directions, and it should be okay.
Steve Loveridge had been enjoying a superb event, but the crew's fantastic return took a turn for the worse when they experienced an accident that started before the flying finish and ended with them in a ditch. The car was a bit battered, but the crew were unhurt.
With Loveridge out, Dave Stokes now had a healthy lead, and although he wasn't going to take any risks, he certainly wasn't going to let his lead go. Dave Stokes and Ian Oakley took first overall by well over 2 minutes. Jeremy Eason's transition from moderns to historics was certainly impressive, and he set some top 10 fastest times throughout the rally. He finished second overall and first in Class C5. Stephen Hall really had been on the pace throughout the two-day event. The classic Triumph TR7 V8 collecting top 10 overall times, as well as being fastest classic on all but one stage. The gentlemen Geordies, Ken Forster and John Stangerleith, were holding on to 5th overall and first in class. Ricky Profit retained a top 10 overall position, bringing the Ford Escort RS 1600 back to the finish, 9th overall and 2nd in C5. Bob Gibbons and Neil Cook had enjoyed a good run and took a first in Class C3 and 7th overall. Andrew Street with co-driver Jez Mason brought the freshly prepared Porsche over the finish first in Class C4 and an impressive 4th overall. The Sunbeam Tiger of Patrick Watts, co-driven by Elgin Davies, finished the event in 6th place and took home the award for first overall in the historic category, Martin Freestone and Chris Hayes. Martin had taken a fastest time from Stephen Hall only once, 10th overall and 2nd in class. Desi Nutt and Geraldine McBride had certainly given Patrick Watts and Stephen Smith a run for their money, and they took 3rd in Class B5. Ian Drummond and Tom Ward took top 10 times here, and in the final stage of the day, finished a commendable 2nd in Class C3. Chris and Neil Parsons managed to sustain a steady run and finished 13th overall and 3rd in Class C5. Paul Pistachio, whose last trip out had been in 2003 when he bent the car, brought himself and his Mark I Escort home to the finish in one piece. Craig Salton, new to note with a very experienced co-driver Preston Ayres, finished 14th overall. Hull-based husband and wife team Chris and Hilary Green took first place in Class B4 in their Ford Lotus Cortina Mark I. Mark and Brett Clifford were first in Class D3. Amongst the other crews to accomplish a finish where 18 did not were Philip Atkinson and Gary Wood, Robin Shuttleworth and Mark Midgley, Ralph Abel and Samuel Almeida, who was 2nd in Class D5, Matthew and Duke Pearce, Debbie and Hugh Myers, Lawrence Green and Andrew Turner, Michael Barrett and Michelle Calvert, Brian Dennis and Russell Joseph, Peter Quinton and John Cadwalder, Michael Bartlett and Finn McIntosh, John Williams and David Griggs, and Alison Locke and Jodie Watson. That was one hell of a rally.
That was good rally, yes. Really enjoyed it. With a great tussle as well, so it was, with 4 stages to go, there was 0.1 of a second difference. Unfortunately, it went a wee bit the other way then after that, and they finished a few seconds behind. But it was a good fight, good battle.
Well, I have to say, we didn't think we'd beat Desi on tarmac. Did one?
No, we didn't actually think we were going to finish for quite a large chunk of the rally. So, no, absolutely excellent result for us. We thought Patrick was going to do what he did, which was run away and hide. Yeah, you know, we're absolutely chuffed and delighted to be at the finish. And I have to say, because I've got the opportunity, that I mean, the boys from XS Racing, there was Chris, Dan, Alistair and John, took the car back to Chesterfield last night, rebuilt the engine and got it back here, and just an absolutely fabulous effort. You know, might be very important come the end of the season, so fantastic.
I was just so excited when I heard that he came second. I was just like, can't believe he's done it after all that. He still comes second. It's like, oh, I don't think Desi can believe it either.
No, I don't think he can. But we love you, Desi. We love you.
We do.
Are you going to have this car for the rest of the year?
Yeah, I think I've got to now, really, haven't I? Yeah.
We've moved from an Escort to a Porsche.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't had a fair sort of straight fight yet with Patrick on sort of twisty forest, so that'll be fascinating again. So because he's learning fast.
Well, we went over a jump. I was showboating to the crowds at one of the big jumps. I thought, well, it looks like we've won, and there's only a few miles to go, and there's a big jump. Flew over it, and it was all great. Since then, we smelt fuel, and I just sort of thought, now's the first time to have a little look, and there's fuel everywhere underneath the bonnet. So we're going to sort of start it up and hope it doesn't blow up by the time we get to the finish line, which is only within...
Very, very pleased. 5th overall, first in class. Real good long weekend. Really enjoyed ourselves. Really, really did. Yeah, ran out of tyres, but other than that, we are okay. We used about 3 sets of part 1, so that's very good. And now we just have to sort of get back home with them, I think. Other than that, it was good, very good, yes. We no dramas, bit of a drama this morning with the alternator, but we sorted that out. Cooked the battery, but we sorted that out. And I would like to, if I can say it, thank T2 Motorsport for sorting the car out for this event. He done a very good job on it, and we're very, very pleased.
We've got to go for post-event scrutineering.
That's a surprise, isn't it?
Hello.
Post-event scrutineering, yeah.
So what is post-event scrutineering? Do tell.
It's to find out whether I've been a naughty boy and I've been cheating.
So have you been?
Well, as long as I can take the turbocharger off in 5 minutes, I'll be fine.
First in class, well done.
Yeah, no, over the moon with that. Yeah, beyond wildest expectations first time out, but the car's been good. Had a really good day. Learned a lot about the car and probably myself as well. So it's been spot on. Really good.
Right, Paul, what we were saying, post-scrutineering, we've seen some of the guys and they've gone past and they said, we've got to go through and get checked. What's it all about?
It's basically, we want to check their compliance with our historic vehicle identity form. So each historic vehicle in category 1, 2 and 3 are running with historic vehicle identity forms, which is a definitive document of the vehicle specification. So we just pull the cars at random. Some who've done well, some we'll pull from way back in the order, and then check them that they comply with the papers.
So does that mean, in layman's terms, check if they've been cheating?
In a roundabout way, yeah.
And how do you do it? Just make sure that what happened at the beginning, they've got the same things at the end?
Yeah, everything listed on this paper, brakes, suspension, gearbox, engine, back axle, it's all on this form. Wow. So it's all itemised with dimensions and everything else, so we can check everything.
You're here and you're first.
Yes.
Which is
first classic.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, first bit on tarmac. First win, wonderful. Really thrilled. Well, we're both thrilled. Notes all went well. Aggie, as she discussed earlier, did a job. It is a teamwork job. It's really good to be on notes on tarmac and get it right. So, thrilled, I think, is the answer.
So what are we going to do now?
Well, we just need to get these two out of the way.
Okay, yeah, move over.
I think our big point is we're just starting out with a project. These guys, these are all developed and finished and everything else. And, it's the first run on tarmac. Result like this is just fabulous, isn't it?
It really is. Really. Aggie, congratulations. We know we're interrupting the boss over there, but well done.
Thank you very much. Well, it's been a thoroughly enjoyable 2 days. Hard work. I mean, we've used our own notes that Steve and I sort of put together very hurriedly on Friday afternoon, but they worked brilliantly.
Please?
Very pleased, yeah. I mean, if you would have said second at the start of the rally, I would have took that with both hands. That was absolutely real proper result for us.
Well done.
Over the moon. Thank you.
Done.
Yeah, we kept in front, didn't we? Only by a little margin, mind.
But you did it. When do we see you next?
Where are we next?
Next one, Mutiny.
Mutiny.
Yep, we'll be out the next round.
We'll see you in the mutiny.
See you then. Thank you.
Thank you.